Hey guys, we're going to go over a couple of replays that Ryan sent me with his new deck. The Chimera UA build with the Nekroz and Burning Abyss shoved into it. I hope they're really cool. We're going to look at them. It's going to be awesome. Let's do it. Alright, first up we have an Amazonas deck. Ooh, Ryan opened really good. Pretty much what you got to do is you got to open a Tour Guide and a Rhoda, and you can pretty much get this lock off. Not only did he open that, but he also opened the Ace, which this is almost unbreakable. He's got his opponent can't special summon, and he can negate anything his opponent plays. And he plays this dumb Amazonas that reverses battle damage. That's about it. Alright. Switch a Scarm in order to get another Tour Guide to hand. At this point, the Amazonas guy's, I think, pretty much screwed. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything. That deck isn't meta enough in order to get out of this. Now he's going to just start beating him down with sluggers. Well, the guy's got a Dimensional Prison. I'm not sure why he didn't choose to use it. I guess he figured that... I'm wondering if he doesn't know what this does. And then here we go. The guy must have quit. Alright. This one he's playing against like some sort of Egyptian god card build. And this is a good example because this is one we didn't open very well. All he had was a Tour Guide. And the rest of this is just kind of bad. So this is your Wind Up Zemmy's play when you don't have anything better to do. But here was some good Yu-Gi-Oh! Gotta give Ryan that one. Now he's just basically sitting on his backup, which is block backer. This is pretty much if you can't get that Jin lock off, that's what that's for. Or MSTs. And now some bad Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, very nice. This MX Saber Invoker is extremely powerful in this deck. It jumpstarts the engine quite a bit. Getting that Jin lock ready. Well, the guy's almost out of resources. I think Ryan just drops it as a measure at this point just to make sure that he can't come back next turn because he couldn't OTK him. And that's game. Alright. What's this? Heroes, I think. So Ryan doesn't open quite ideal, but not too bad. Actually, never mind. I forgot. I forget you can actually draw into this, and it's not the end of the world. So what's this guy got? Call the Hunt. Oh yeah, he's heroes. Search that bubble, man. Doesn't do him any good. Ooh, hero. A hero lives. A hero doesn't. Not with this on board. And here's an interesting thing. I don't think Ryan doesn't actually own a Downer, but he was testing it out for a couple of these, and it's turned into a really handy mid-game option because your opponent gets stuck with this on board, so they're like, ah, crap, I don't know what to do. So he plays this, so that anytime they keep just defending, he can actually do some damage. So it's kind of like you're not wasting turns. The piercing's really nice. More bubble, man. Look at this back row. Doesn't help him. What he said. Oh, another MST. More MST. Oh yeah, so he just got that. These was just like, all right, we'll chain to that. All right, chain to that. That sucks. Oh well. Wing. Wing. I mean, this guy's not drawing very well, but this would have been a fine hand if this wasn't on board. And then it's just slugger time. Ooh. That's rough. With the piercing. It's not a bell trap. Alright, Nordic, why the hell not? Oop. Alright. Some serious hand advantage on the Nordic player's part. Ooh, attacking with the goat. Dark Bribe. Alright. Ryan does not have a very good hand. This is actually a lousy hand. So let's see what this guy can do. I mean, I think it's... this is a good example, another one of not an ideal situation. But Ryan manages to turn it into one. You still get that other tour guide back. Now, I'm not exactly familiar with what Nordics do. I think they pretty much just play their synchro monsters, if I'm not mistaken. What's in here? Yeah, these guys. Odin and Loki and stuff. Alright, so you got that, he took his Invoker with the Goyo. That means in defense mode. Alright. That, Book of Eclipse. Keeping Ryan alive. Ryan's logic behind that was, even if they do get the draw off of it, who gives a rat's ass if they don't kill you and then you can just come back next turn? And the power has been shifted. And this is a nice one also, because it kind of shows you how UAs are kind of supposed to work without shoehorning a Nekroz build into it. And once they get rolling, they're really hard to stop. They're what I'd like to call an avalanche style, where you're just like, you give them an inch and they'll give you a mile. Because at this point, the guy's, I think, screwed. I don't know what he's going to be able to do. Because now he can't special summon or activate any one-offs. So he's just got to keep defending. Yeah. Alright. Alucard to pop. Who cares? We're about to do this. Setting up that Jin lock. Ooh, Mirror Force. Mirror Force isn't the end of the world, because most of the time Slugger prevents it, and even if he can't, you have stuff in defense mode sometimes. It's never a complete board wipe. Yusenju! Alright, problem with Yusenju is it's actually a terrible matchup for this deck, because you got all this, like, main decked special summon negation. So, like, game 1, Yusenju is just a nightmare to play against. Hit the macro. Times like this, I wish Tour Guy was a warrior. This is interesting. Ryan uses Midfielder's effect to save his Slugger from this torrential tribute. We've also got a Solemn Warning and a compulsory evacuation device. And Ryan is just chugging through them. So you can play all the staple traps you want, apparently. And Ryan's right now playing with half a deck, because he'd have to side out almost everything for game 2. Warning. Set preparation rights. It's a Mirror Force. Well, not really, though. Alright. And that's game. In fact, you can just search Slugger whenever you need him. Swap. Here's another Yusenju. This one's a little bit of a different build. This one's more like the Pendulum build. So Ryan ended up playing both of them. Didn't have an ideal hand, so he did his setup play instead. Now, this good Goblin Housekeeping is not apparently a bad draw card if you draw them all in the first turn. And despite... Here's another thing I'd like to mention. Despite the fact that Yusenju don't special summon very much, so that they're inherently a bad matchup. What they do is normal summon one guy and then chain effects. Like these guys daisy chain. Like he summons and he lets another guy summon, who lets another guy summon, who lets another guy summon. So if you use your perfect ace on the first guy, they really run out of stuff. So here's where Ryan destroys the second pendulum scale and the first dude. So the guy is pretty much forced to search and play this thing and then do nothing. Because his scales aren't right, if I'm not mistaken. And at this point, it's a slaughter. I'm pretty sure Ryan swings for like some absurd amount of damage. Yep. Madolche! Alright, here's an awkward build to fight. Madolche is one of those sleeper decks where like everyone doesn't seem to play it, but every time you play against it, you're like, ah, crap, Madolches. And this guy's playing some sort of weird Satellar Knight variant. I gotta give him props. It's definitely inventive. And I guess I really can't complain. We're playing a UA deck with Burning Abyss and Nekroz shoved in it, so there's definitely weirder things you can play. They don't have the immensely powerful synergy that this apparently has. Here's that Giga Brilliant helping out. Ah. Gotta love that ace. Protects this so well. Pew! The problem with this matchup is UAs like to try to outlast their opponent with resources. Just basically keep negating things and running over monsters till you run out of stuff to use. Problem is, what do you call it? Madolches are the experts at recycling resources, so it's kind of a grind game at this point. Regeki, negate. Altier, quit. Alright, one more. We'll play an actual metagame. Nekroz. This is not a bad matchup for this deck, because they do a lot of play one guy, go kind of stuff. They don't really tend to swarm. And, I mean, not to mention, Ryan opened really well. I bet you anything this guy did not see this coming. Decisive Armor. Now, I don't know why he plays Evil Swarm Exciton Knight here. I really am not sure. But it was a bad idea. Maybe bad Nekroz is bad. But Ryan's, you know, controlled the duel, lost control, and swung it right back around. And then the guy quits. Alright guys, that's the deck. I mean, it's really solid. It plays really well. I really like it. That's all I can say. It's actually probably one of the more competitive decks I've ever had a hand in building. I can't take all the credit. It was a big collaboration between me and Ryan and the guys over on the Pojo forum official UA discussion thread. One of the guys there like had this freaking mad science idea of trying to use Colossus in this deck, and it's great. The two of us have been having so much fun, like, you know, trying to put our own spin on it and just, you know, whittling the deck down. It's just great. We're having a lot of fun with it. So yeah, we look forward to seeing how it does in the tournament Thursday. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll let you guys know. And remember, if you can't troll the meta, shove it in your deck.